Go woke, go broke. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is gay. Look at the main character, Gwen. She's transgender. She has a transgender flag in her room. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, maybe she's just a straight girl who supports trans. But nah, because why would you just support trans? Why not the whole rainbow? Yeah, go woke, go broke. This movie only made a measly $3 a day, and all the animators quit. You look at the Mario movie. No gay people, no transgender people, no politics, no woke agenda, no plot, no nothing. $1.3 billion. What can I say? What can I say? Barbie movie, fucking women and woke everything. Fuck. To be honest, guys, I don't actually know what woke means. When it comes to having experiences with movies and really any piece of art, everyone feels how they feel, but you still can be judged for your reasons. For example, if you watch something like Moonlight and you were like, yeah, I hated this because I'm racist and I hate gays, then yeah, you probably wouldn't be taken seriously. Usually, in my experience, bringing up words like agenda or woke when judging something is a pretty quick way to out yourself. Bruh. But when rewatching Across the Spider-Verse, I couldn't help but notice some pretty weird things, like pregnant lady on motorcycle. By itself, it's kind of just like, okay. But then Gwen goes out of her way to be like, oh my god, you're so fucking cool, adopt me. But honestly, it doesn't really bother me. Obviously, I wouldn't have something like this in my ideal perfect movie, but when it comes to Spider-Verse, this doesn't really stick out. And that's because these movies honestly have pretty overrated writing. Everyone always says that Spider-Verse 1 is a perfect movie, and I also used to think that it was pretty great. But rewatching it recently, I honestly thought it was weak. Not to say it was garbage, but it also didn't stick out to me as good. I would say that the biggest problem with the movie is that it forces its moments. And I know I can't really say that without backing it up, so here. Let's talk about the last scene in the Collider. So basically, Miles is sending every dude back home until it's just Peter, and then Kingpin shows up. Peter's like, yo, I can't go, he's gonna kill you. But then Miles like sweeps him and he's like, damn bro, you got me. Wait, Miles, is it a leap of faith or? And Miles is like, yeah, see ya. So yeah, to go from being worried that Miles is gonna die to just not worried is kind of, you know, wow. So then Miles fights Kingpin in this fight and then gets folded. And Kingpin's objective is to like probably kill Miles or at least not be defeated. So he basically lags out and is just standing still for hours, like literally not doing anything. He's just looking at Miles. And while this is happening, Miles' dad is watching. I don't even know why he's there, but up to this point, he thinks that Spider-Man is a criminal who killed Uncle Aaron. But basically, Miles eventually stands up and puts his hand on Kingpin's shoulder. And Kingpin is not moving, like he genuinely lagged out.
Fucking God, nigga! The fake ass lagging shit!
So Miles is like, hey, which guys, if you didn't know, that's actually a running joke in the movie, so that's expert. But yeah, Miles throws Kingpin at the button to deactivate the Collider, and then Miles' dad, seeing him slowly get up, decides that Spider-Man is not a killer and actually a good guy. Again, I don't know how he got fucking front row seats to watch. I also thought the platforms were supposed to be moving, but this one just doesn't. So yeah, rewatching it, I thought it was just like meh writing and meh overall, honestly. So the weird stuff doesn't really affect it that much. But I will say this, if you connect it to Gwen also being a jackass to Miguel, that would be a lot more distracting. Because think about it, the movie starts with Gwen basically being depressed that she can't see the only person who understands her, Miles. And when she sees Miguel come out of the time travel portal, her first reaction is just like, okay, like, you're not even special. I've also been to different universes. Like, oh, you don't even care that dimension traveling is possible and that you could possibly reunite with Miles? Okay, that's bad writing, so that would negatively affect the movie. But then you have the fact that Gwen is trans. I mean, it doesn't really add or take away anything from the movie. I guess if you want to say representation, but that's pretty shallow. My family's personally from Mexico. I don't give a fuck when a character also happens to be Mexican. But I guess if you really care about being represented, there it is. When it comes to all this woke agenda stuff, I don't give a shit. Bad writing is bad writing. If you want to have a scene of two non-straight people loving each other, it's not anything different from straight people. I sound like fucking Kids Bop right now. But then sometimes there's inclusion that's there to be inclusion that does result in bad writing. One of the most annoying problems with Spider-Verse is the coming out of Spider-Man trope. Now this isn't factual, but I'm pretty sure they made revealing yourself as Spider-Man a metaphor for coming out as not straight.
Would they get it if I told them?
We love you and accept you even though you have been lying to us for a year.
The reason I have a problem with this is not because it's woke, but because it goes against Spider-Man's character.
I know you know I've been lying to you. It's because I thought if you knew, you wouldn't love me the same.
What do you want to tell me?
You gotta promise nothing's gonna change.
Papa, I will always love you.
You gotta promise.
Always.
Fucking gay! As in homosexual!
Not telling your parents you're Spider-Man because you're worried they're gonna hate you for lying is the most selfish thing I've ever heard. Especially coming from fucking Spider-Man. Like, oh my god, guys, I don't want to tell my parents because they might hate me. Like, fuck. I gotta save people, man. Like, it's not that hard. Spider-Man doesn't tell strangers because that puts his family in danger, and he doesn't tell his family because he doesn't want them to worry. Both showing his selflessness.
You knew?
I've known for a while.
I never wanted you to worry.
I did. And I am so proud of you.
Like, it was clearly done to be inclusive, and it makes Miles' character seem way more shallow. But again, this whole movie's pretty fucking stupid, so whatever.